Hi, I'm Andy from Thornton & Grooms, one of our HVAC service managers here. There's a question as far as where are the common leaks on a furnace. There's three: humidifiers, condensate pumps, and the drainage system. More in depth, the humidifier, there's usually three spots to that. It'd be water pressure, the condition of the pad, and the drainage of the humidifier are usually the three common issues with a humidifier. The condensate pump would be the cleanliness of the pump itself. If there's any restrictions in the discharge line that goes from the pump to a utility sink or a drain. The other one would be just the condensate drains of a higher efficient furnace, just getting plugged with all the debris over the course of a season or years. It just needs to be flushed out like a normal drain would kind of get clogged in your house. So those are the common areas that you would typically see a furnace leaking in the winter months. All right, if you're ready, let's go over to the unit and I can show you where those common areas are. All right, for those who aren't aware, this is what a typical humidifier looks like. So the common areas that you would notice water would be right below it, right there on the floor. Usually that's a common area that you'd see water, which that could be due to, I'll take this cover off, the water pressure going through this tube. It could be too great to where it hits the back part of the humidifier and starts to drain down here and then onto the floor. The condition of the pad, if it hasn't been changed in a season, it's several years old, the water comes outside of this pad and it can drip down here and then get onto the floor. The other area would be this drain here, because all the water comes from the top and comes all the way down and then comes out this little tube at the bottom. If this gets blocked in any way, water will come from up here out and then splash onto the floor. So those are the three common areas that typically you'd see water coming from a humidifier. All right, the second issue would be a condensate pump. It's this guy on the side of your furnace. Sometimes it's on the ground itself, but all the moisture or water that the humidifier, furnace, all those things produce go into this trap, and then it gets pumped through this tube to a drain or a sink or something close to the area. If usually these fail or something stops working on it, water comes outside of here and just kind of gets onto the floor. This is what a condensate pump looks like. Common issues are the inside of it just gets really, really dirty, like kind of like this one, where it just messes up this float mechanism. It gets a lot of debris in there. It messes that float up to where it doesn't turn the pump on to discharge out here. And if there's a blockage in here, it's not going to have, the water is not going to have anywhere to go. So it just kind of overflows that reservoir and just leaks all over the place. There are safeties now on them that you can rig them up to where they automatically turn off the unit to where it doesn't produce any more water. All right, third issue commonly is the drain system of the unit. Your humidifier, there's a drain trap that keeps water in it, kind of like your sink traps underneath your sinks. And then the furnaces also have traps either in the inside of the furnace, or some furnaces have it on the exterior side of the furnace. If those aren't properly maintained or checked at least once a year, you could get blockages in some of these areas here to where the water doesn't want to flow through it, and it can start backing up through some of the traps, areas of the furnaces, openings and stuff like that, to where you just kind of see that all around the floor, the units, stuff like that. That's the three common areas that you would typically see in your homes as far as water on the floor or around the units. All right, well, hopefully that helps you out. Thank you for watching. If you do have any other topics or anything that you want covered, please make a comment. Also, be sure to like and subscribe.